No, it's good. No hecklers. Happy. And I don't like the hecklers. I was doing the Edinburgh Festival in Scotland. I have to say Scotland because American people are watching. I was doing the Edinburgh Festival in Scotland, and I was performing in front of about 400 people. And I was doing a routine that I've done on one of my older specials that I don't do anymore about how you have to baptize your children. Because if you don't baptize your children and they die in infancy, then they don't get into heaven. Because God's a good guy, but he does have some rules. And if he lets one dead baby into heaven, then he has to let all the dead babies into heaven. And before you know it, heaven's just filled with fucking dead babies. So I'm on stage kicking dead babies around, as you do at work. And this woman in the fourth row, very attractive, but she's in hysterics. She's crying, her eyes are bawling. And she just stands up and goes, "You fucking bastard! You bastard!" And then she just leaves the room just in hysterics, just, "Ah!" I'm still fucking mid-kick, like this. And then her husband stands up, and he picks up a handbag, and he holds the handbag like all men hold handbags. 2 hands in front of the chest. I'm holding this for someone else, so Anyway, so he picks up the handbag, and he holds it. And we can still hear her screaming. She went out that door, she's screaming. The staff are trying to calm her down. She's screaming. And the husband stands up, and he goes, "I'm sorry, Jim. I'm sorry, everyone. We were expecting our first child, and she miscarried at 7 months. And that was 6 weeks ago. And the baby was due this week. So we decided to leave the house for the first time and forget about our problems. and to try to have a laugh. Anyway, Jim, the first half of the show was really great." And then he just leaves awkwardly like, "Excuse me, sorry. We can still hear her screaming. Men and women in the room are crying their eyes out, which isn't good for comedy. And I'm trying to bullshit my way out of it. I'm on stage going, "Hey, that joke was more about the hypocrisy of religion rather than dead babies per se. And as I'm doing that, in the second row, a Geordie fella from Newcastle, England, he stands up in the second row and he points at me really angry like this and he goes, "To be fair, she's fucking hot." And a sentence fell out of my mouth so fast I couldn't put the words back in. I went, well, they get to keep their figure when they don't carry them full term. I'm not proud of this. I'm just reporting it. As soon as I said it, bottles just started getting thrown at me. Just fucking woof. I'm like fucking from the Matrix, like, "What?" And I was just like, "Good night!" So that was many years ago. If you're watching this special at home, I hope you had a kid since then. What am I gonna do? A miscarriage brought so much joy to other people. I dislike deaf people. Actually, I need to rephrase that. I don't dislike deaf people. I hate sign language people. Sign language people fuck me up the wall. I don't mind the deaf. Individually, deaf people can be a delight. It's when deaf people get into packs, I don't like them. If you get a group of deaf people, if you get 8 or more deaf, like a herd of, a gaggle or a, what can we all agree on, a murder? If you get a murder or deaf, if you get 8 or more deaf, and I have no problem with them, I just want to say that right again, I have no problem with them. If you get 8 or more deaf, and you're in a theater in America, they will be seated like this. They will be seated 4 and 4, right? Because what happens is, if you get a murder of deaf, the American government will pay for a sign language person, probably not for much longer, but at the moment it's a thing. The American government will pay for a sign language person to stand here. Now, the sign language person is normally a frumpy chick who learns sign language so she could date a deaf guy out of her league, but whatever. Anyway, so... But no one ever tells me. They never say, Jim, there's a sign language person there. They never fucking tell me. So I come out, please welcome Jim Jefferies. I walk out, I see the sign language person. I'm like, fuck me. Because I've never had a good show if a sign language person's been standing there. Never fucking happened. Because the deaf people are having a horrible time. Because they've watched me on Netflix and they've read my lips and they've had the subtitles and they've seen the facial expressions. And now they're not even looking at me. They're looking at her, and her comedy timing fucking sucks dicks. And they can't modulate their sound, so they're just like, this is a shit show. And I'm like, no, it's not a shit show. And she's like, not a shit show, like that. Now I know what you're thinking. What's the big deal? That's 8 people out of thousands. Who gives a fuck? I'll tell you why. You can't have a good comedy show with a sign language person. Because the human brain isn't fully developed. If I swear, and there's a sign language person standing there, every single fucking one of you will go, and what would that word be? I do it myself while I'm on stage. So I'll teach you the word you want to know. Cunt, obviously, you want to know cunt. All right, so that's vagina. This is cunt. Got to give it a bit of attitude. It needs to be a snap. If you ever see a deaf person and look at you like, you cunt. That's a deafie who don't like you. Then there's fun ones like bullshit, right? So you do like a bull's head, cross around, bullshit. It's adorable, bullshit. I always feel sorry for deaf people who are in relationships with other deaf people, because occasionally you must be fighting. You're coming home from a party, you're trying to be a safe driver, and your wife's being a fucking bitch. Bullshit. Then there's things that are just like, there's different dialects for sign language, right? Because I've done this whole thing, right? So in Britain, this is Jew. Seems bad, right? Wait till you see America. This is Jew in America. I don't know why, but that is more offensive than that. So if you ever see like a deaf person like, you Jew cunt, like that, that's a Trump voting deaf you got yourself there. And then there's things where you feel like the deaf aren't educated. Like, this is gay men. That's what the deaf think the gays get up to. They think they get in the rooms and they bash dicks together. Now, I was doing that routine. I was in New Zealand or something. I was doing that. And a guy, you ever been in a pound store and been famous? That's... So anyway, so I'm poor and famous, right? So I have sex with this American woman, consensually. I asked her. She said yes, she enjoyed herself. Anyway, so I had sex with this woman, and she thought because I was on the TV that I had money, so she tried to extort me for $50,000. She goes, I have a sex tape of yours, and I'm gonna sell it. And I went, fucking try. I don't know what the market is for the podgy, pale Australian guy who lasts a minute and a half, but see what you can fucking get. And then she goes, well, I have a photo of you doing cocaine. And I went, everyone does. I've done cocaine off photos of me doing cocaine. And you want to extort me? Why don't you get a picture of me being nice to my mother or opening a door for a woman or something off brand? And I said, what's docking? And then he didn't say anything. And then I went home and I Googled docking. And wasn't that a waste of 4 hours? Just a show of hands, who knows what docking is? Wow, it's a lot. For the rest of you, you're in for a treat. This is docking. You need two men, and both of them have to have erect dicks at the same time. It's already weird, isn't it? Anyway, one dick, ideally to dock. One dick needs to be like a circumcised dick, and the other dick needs to be a European fella. Let's talk about this very quickly. Okay, so I'm circumcised. I know you're all not circumcised. I know you're not, right? I got my son circumcised. Right? When I got my son circumcised, I mentioned on a late night show that I got my son circumcised, and I got a lot of hate mail and people freaking the fuck out and saying that I mutilated my kid and all this type of stuff. And look, people do it for different reasons. It's a personal thing, right? Some people circumcise their children for religious purposes. Some people do it for medical reasons. The reason I got my son circumcised is so that when he is older, women will enjoy having his dick in their mouths. I did it because I love him. And your dicks are fucking disgusting. You fucking animals. How do you fucking look at your dick and have any level of self-respect? Every fucking day, you fucking hooded, slimy fucking dicks. My dick smells constantly. It's an eternal battle against that smell. I can't even imagine what you accept in your life. Do you know that it's not in porn? It's not in fucking porn. Uncircumcised isn't in porn because the people who make porn are trying to run a business and they don't want people fucking vomiting when they're masturbating. You can't go into a porn site and put uncircumcised, it doesn't come up. Your dick is less of a fetish than feet, you fucking disgusting animals. Name me one time where extra skin on the body is a good thing. When like someone gets old, they get that turkey neck and they're like, ooh, I've been looking forward to this. Some fucking 500-pound cunt loses 300 pounds. There's a big elephant hair of skin. And the doctor goes, oh, lucky you. Extra skin. Women love extra skin. Anyway, so docking, you need 2 dicks, right? A lovely, pristine dick and a horrible dick. Then you line the 2 dicks up, and with your slimy hood, you get that bit and you stretch it over the nice dick. Now, that'll make a seal. Now, the only way to break that seal is to pop a bit of air out of the side and gently release like it's a Tupperware lid. Because you can't just pull against it, because then it's like a Chinese finger trap. Now that the dicks are docked, you just gently bash dicks. It's probably kissing, isn't there? I imagine you'd kiss. Your mouths are aligned, probably. And then if you're into each other, you'll come simultaneously on each other's dickheads. That'll make like a cum bubble of sorts. That eventually will just go bleh. And that's docking.